If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
A local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated. This is WCLU Glasgow.
Want to stay in the know on what's going on with your Glasgow EPB? Just follow us on Twitter at Glasgow EPB or like us on Facebook at Glasgow Electric Plant Board and stay informed about new products, services, and money-saving tips. With a smartphone, you will also have access to constantly updated information during outages. For 50 years, we have been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Well, a good Monday morning, everybody. It's a damp start to the day, but you kind of have to expect that coming off of so many named storms off the East Coast. But we're waking up with 69 degrees this morning at the studios of WCLU. Over the weekend, we've had, actually to me, a surprising small amount of rainfall, only 3/4 of an inch for the whole weekend, but I think we're going to actually raise that up somewhat. Jeff Marr is working at the Weather Channel this morning to tell us about it.
A stationary front will be the focal point for some more heavy rainfall to start off this week. As a result, a flash flood watch is in effect through the afternoon on Wednesday. Another 2 to 5 inches of rain is going to be possible. Certainly wet from this morning to the afternoon with showers and thunderstorms moving through and a high hitting 75. That rain continues to fall tonight. Of it heavy with a low of 69. Another round of showers and storms on Tuesday with a high of 82. And we still have the chance for rain Wednesday with a high temperature reaching the mid-70s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Jeff, let's look at the constant coverage and studio radar screen up close here. Let me zoom in and tell you the heaviest rain shower activity if you're traveling this morning is in between Louisville and Elizabethtown. Pretty good downpour there, right? Down around, actually from Shelbyville on down south to Bullitt County. It's a little bit lighter around E-Town, but another heavy round of showers. Bowling Green to the west, going out actually all up along the Western Kentucky Parkway. There's a heavier thunder shower activity there. We're pretty light here in south central Kentucky. If you look out on Highway 6880 East, you'll see a pretty good little downpour there along about the county line. That's really about it. And some more heavy showers back in West Tennessee this morning, too. So be aware of the fact that we're going to be dealing with this. And this is all culminating into a flash flood watch through Wednesday. Now, I've often learned that when we have a watch that goes for several days, that means they're pretty serious about what we're going to be seeing. Barometers at 30.04 this morning. Humidity at 99%. East winds at about 7 miles an hour. And let's see, this morning so far we've had 11/100ths of an inch of rain. Yesterday we had 1/4 of an inch, and we had 41/100ths of an inch on Friday. Add it all up, 77/100ths for the weekend rain, and we are on our way up. Let's go to the newsroom now to get updated on local news from the weekend. And here is News Director Wes Royce. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Dad. For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce reporting. Kentucky State Troopers on Friday, Trooper Ricky Cross was on a routine patrol on Kentucky 163 in Metcalfe County when he observed a 1998 Honda motorcycle traveling at a high rate of speed. Trooper Cross turned on his emergency lights, and the operator of the vehicle attempted to elude by quickly turning on to Cedar Flat Curtis Road. The operator of the motorcycle then turned on Glen Shaw Road and lost control when he failed to negotiate a curve. Trooper made contact with the driver, 31-year-old Anthony Garrett of Summershade, and arrested him for fleeing or evading police, first degree in a motor vehicle, DUI, first offense, aggravating circumstances, possession of a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, methamphetamine, driving too fast for traffic conditions, improperly on the left side of the road, and possession of drug paraphernalia. First aid was given at the scene by the Barron Metcalf EMS, but he refused any other medical attention. Garrett was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. On Saturday, at approximately 10 o'clock in the evening, a vehicle operated by Ricky Joe Jaggers, age 59, of Rowletts, was involved in a two-vehicle non-injury accident with a Cave City police cruiser. Upon investigation of the collision, it was determined that Jaggers was operating the vehicle under the influence of alcohol. Jaggers was subsequently placed under arrest and charged with driving under the influence of alcohol with aggravating circumstances. Jaggers is lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The Glasgow City Council will meet tonight, and on the agenda is the swearing-in of 3 new firefighters. Derek Slaughter, Tyler Solom, and Luke Wilson will become official members of the department. Also in law enforcement, the swearing-in of a new police officer, Alan Riffle, will take place. He'll be your newest member of the Glasgow Police Department. And in other items, a presentation from T.J. Sampson to the Glasgow Police Department will be on the agenda, as well as the second reading of the tax ordinance. You can watch the broadcast on WCLU's Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages, as well as online at WCLUradio.com and watch WCLU.com, and also on EPB Channel 6. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In more local news at this hour, on Sunday, Warren County Sheriff's deputies received a call for shots fired at 5690 Louisville Road, Lot 150. Upon arrival, deputies made contact with the victim, Milton Clemente, 36 years old, of Bowling Green. He advised that a Hispanic male, later identified as Israel Venegas, age 34, of Lafayette, Tennessee, arrived at the victim's residence and pulled a small-caliber pistol and fired multiple rounds at the victim. Through further investigation, Venegas was located at Lot 195, hiding inside someone else's vehicle. Venegas was apprehended without incident and charged with attempted murder, wanton endangerment first degree, 3 counts, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, and tampering with physical evidence. Venegas was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail, and the investigation is ongoing at this time. This week, traffic impacts in the District 3 area from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet are as follows. I-65, a major resurfacing project, has started between mile markers 35 and 44 in both directions. The interstate will be down to 1 lane most nights from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., weather pending. The Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Parkway in Barron and Metcalfe counties work will continue on bridge maintenance contracts on various bridges along the parkway. The work will consist of a cleaning, painting, and applying a concrete coating to 28 bridges along the parkway. Expect lane closures to be in place at various bridges along the parkway and on the routes that pass beneath. In Barron County on US 31 East Scottsville Road, crews will continue working on bridge maintenance contracts that will address multiple bridges over Barron River Lake. Temporary signals will be installed, and they will have traffic down to one lane across the bridges during the working hours. 31E North L. Rogers Wells Boulevard, contractors are expected to work on preventative maintenance resurfacing project that will extend north from South Fork Road all the way up to Lexington Drive. This work for the project will be primarily completed at night between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. And contractors are expected to work on resurfacing project along Kentucky 255 between US 68 extending north to the CSX Railroad overpass, a distance of about 5 miles, and flaggers will be present. And also contractors are expected to work on a resurfacing project along Kentucky 921 Thomerson Park Road between Kentucky 87 extending north to Kentucky 249, almost a 4-mile distance, and flaggers will also be present in those areas. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. Right now it is 6:16 and 69 degrees in downtown Glasgow.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Police are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting in Whitley County. Kentucky State Police say they were responding to a hostage situation around 1:30 this morning. When they arrived, they found a man in a car holding a 1-year-old child hostage with a box cutter. Troopers say the suspect then attempted to barricade himself into a home and reached for a weapon in the process. Officers shot back. The suspect is now dead. His identity has not been released. No officers were hurt. Flash flood watches are in effect for portions of Kentucky. Over the weekend, a group of independent filmmakers got caught in a flash flood in Scott County. Trista Taboda says they were able to evacuate most of the cast and crew, but her car was swept up before she could get out of the way.
It came in pretty fast. We put the car in reverse, but then we realized it was flooded behind us, and then water started rushing in at our feet, so we decided it was time to abandon ship.
Rain is expected to taper off across the state, but flood warnings will remain in place. Firefighters say 3 family members died in a Boyle County house fire. Fire crews found the bodies of a 24-year-old woman, a 12-year-old, and a 10-month-old Saturday inside the partially burned home. Investigators say the 3 were related. The cause of the fire is under investigation. And the University of Kentucky Wildcats remain undefeated and are now ranked first in the SEC. UK defeated Florida 27-16 Saturday night. UK coach Mark Stoops credits the fans for the win.
We need that kind of atmosphere, and the sky's the limit. Why can't we go? Keep on going and going and going, because that's a fantastic atmosphere right there, and that makes a difference in recruiting. It makes a difference with the way we play.
The Cats will play South Carolina in Lexington next Saturday. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Life bigger, better than ever. Kentucky's largest rock festival, September 28th through the 30th at Champions Park in Louisville, with special appearances by 9 Inch Nails, Alice in Chains, Godsmack, Deftones, Shine Down, Louder Than Life with 9 Inch Nails, Alice in Chains, Godsmack, Deftones, Shine Down, Breaking Benjamin, Slash, Bush, Ice Cube, Billy Idol, Primus, the return of Five Finger Death Punch, and a special appearance by Limp Bizkit. September 28th, 29th, and 30th, 9 Inch Nails, Alice in Chains, Deftones, Godsmack, Five Finger Death Punch, Limp Bizkit, and more. Go to louderthanlife.com for all ticket, lineup, and festival information.
Doesn't it make you feel better?
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
This is the live and local 6 o'clock morning edition from the studios of WCLU. 69 degrees. Jeff Marr is working at the Weather Channel. He says that we're going to continue with this flash flood watch until about Wednesday of this week. We'll check in and get some more details on that just in a few moments. In area funeral announcements this hour, Peggy Lou Greer, age 77 of Etoile, died Friday at her residence. She was born in Nobob, the daughter of the late Glenn Berryman and Sophia Maud Rich Berryman. Peggy graduated from Temple Hill High School in 1958, and right after high school she worked at Kentucky Pants Factory. She then moved on to work as a waitress at the Holiday Inn in Glasgow. For over 10 years she was a bookkeeper at the Howard Clinic, and she later retired from the Glasgow Health and Rehab Center. After retirement, she served as a door greeter at Walmart and was a member of the Boyd's Creek Baptist Church. Survivors include her husband of 60 years, Stanley Cleveland Greer of Etoile, two sons, Greg Greer of Etoile and Anthony Greer of Glasgow, three grandchildren, Cody Greer of Etoile, Hannah Greer Kerrigan of Etoile, and Gunnar Greer of Glasgow. Three great-grandchildren, Kinsey Greer, Ellie Anna Greer, and Hadley Kerrigan, all of Etoile. Two sisters, Betty Johns of Bowling Green and Dorothy Hayes of Bowling Green. A daughter-in-law, Lynn Greer of Glasgow. In addition to her parents, she is preceded in death by a son, Bradley Wade Greer. Three brothers, Doodle, Olin, and Roger Berryman. Funeral services for Peggy Lou Greer will be at 11 o'clock on Tuesday morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Caney Fork Cemetery at Etoile. Visitation begins this afternoon at 3 o'clock and continues Tuesday until time for service at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. William Charles Phelan, age 81, died Friday surrounded by his family and friends at his home in Cave City. William retired from the U.S. Army Special Forces and the 82nd Airborne Division after 30 years of service. William is survived by his wife of 51 years, Lisa Reagan Phelan, a daughter, Dawn Marie Winter of Lafayette, a son, Robert Phelan of Glasgow, grandchildren, Stephen Phelan, Austin and Ty Winter, Dylan, Cheyenne, and Gabriel Harrison, Christian and Elijah Nelson, James and Ethan Harper. Funeral services for William Charles Phelan will be at 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery West in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Visitation begins at 3 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon and continues Wednesday until time for service at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Mary Ella Sams Richardson, age 72 of Munfordville, died Saturday at her son's residence. She was a farmer and attended Litchfield Crossing Baptist Church. She is survived by her daughter, Tanya Sharp of Cub Run, her son Stacy Sharp and wife Janny of Munfordville, her son Scotty Powell and wife Rhonda of Bonnieville, her daughter Crystal Powell of Munfordville, two brothers, Otis Sams of Rowletts and Charles Sams of Cave City. She is also survived by 11 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. The family will receive visitors from 1 o'clock until 8 o'clock today, and then tomorrow from 9 until 2 at the Brooks Funeral Home. The funeral service will be at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon at Brooks Funeral Home, and terms to be in the Munfordville Municipal Cemetery. Condolences may be expressed online at brooksfuneralhomeky.com. Lori I. Atwell, age 108 of Horse Cave, died Friday at NHC Healthcare. She was a native of Metcalfe County and a 92-year member of Shady Grove Baptist Church. She was the owner-operator of Sugar Creek Creameries in Shady Grove. She is survived by a son, Jimmy D. Atwell of Center, 3 nieces and nephews, and many extended family. Funeral services for Lori I. Atwell will be held at 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Houck Cemetery. Visitation begins today at the Wynn Funeral Home at 3 p.m. Funeral services for Donna Beth Claywell Sturgeon, age 50, of Glasgow, will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Lick Branch Cemetery. Services for Deward J. Clark, Sr., age 84, of Brownsville, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Burials to be in the Lambert Cemetery. Services for Elmer Maxey Caffey, age 69, of Cave City, will be held at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Butler Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Hubbard Cemetery. Funeral services for James Lewis Jimmy Briggs, age 56, of Cave City, will be held this morning at 11 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Campground Cemetery. The family request a memorial donation may be made to the Campground Cemetery. Donation envelopes may be picked up at the funeral home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Jay Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to us law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens.
Start the season. After a season-high 7 ranked teams lost, the back half of the AP College Football Poll is getting a makeover today. 5 teams entered the top 25, including number 17 Kentucky, for the first time since 2000 7. At the top of it is mostly status quo. Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, and Ohio State, they stayed on the top 4 teams. LSU moved up to number 5. It swapped places with Oklahoma, and the Sooners needed overtime to get by Army. We'll talk much more about weekend sports today on the Kentucky Sports Radio Network with Matt Jones. That begins today on the air at 9 o'clock on WCLU 1490 and 103.1 FM. And that's a check of local sports.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day 1.
Paid for by Mike Richardson.
A military policeman pulled over a driver for rolling through a stop sign. Now, the driver argued that they slowed down and that slowing down was the same thing as stopping. The military policeman didn't like this answer. He replied, "If I started hitting you over the head with this flashlight, would you want me to slow down or to stop?" Obviously, the driver got the point. Slowing down is not the same thing as stopping. We know that halfway acts are not as good as the real thing. Certainly this is true in religion. To halfway love God is unacceptable. Jesus said in Matthew 22, verse 37, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind." This has been Bart Warren with the South Green Street Church of Christ.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
I like that. If you're just not smiling enough, you know you'll smile when you walk in the door at Ralphie's Fun Center because they put fun in their name, in fact. We are at 6:32, and we have special folks on the birthday club today. It's all birthdays so far, but let me get the papers up here. We're going to tell you about Tommy Staples, who is having a birthday today. Tommy, all your friends called up and said, let's be sure to get Tommy on the list. And we have, so thanks to his friends for letting us know. We have Kievan Massey. Kievan is turning 17. Nice young man, celebrating his 17th birthday today for Kievan Massey. Timmy Jeffries is on the list. Todd Logston, Deborah Burks, Tanya Bush White, Mr. Charlie O'Neill with a birthday today. Kristen Shive. Trish Wilson has a birthday. It's Sweet 16 for Caroline Forrester today. Mark Quigley with a birthday today. We got a gong. It's a big one, but it's for a really nice gal. Here we go with the 80 gong today. The 80th birthday for Ms. Dorothy McCubbin. Congratulations to Miss Dorothy on her 80th birthday. We also have John Sexton celebrating a birthday today, too. Congratulations about that. And I think I got everybody here. Let me look at what you got another one?
Well, a correction on Kievan Massey. He's 11.
Oh, he's 11,
not 17.
Okay. Well, how did I get 17 out of that? You know what?
Sevens look like one sometimes.
That's right. Particularly when I write them, and I write them in a hurry. Okay. Well, we give him some more time to grow up. Okay.
I think we ought to.
But we got him on the list, so that's.
We don't want him out driving this morning at 11 years old.
That's right, and it's a little bit nasty out there to be driving, regardless of your age today, for sure. All right, thanks to our sponsors, the good folks at Ralphie's Fun Center. They'll keep it fun for you for sure. 634 WCLU and 69 degrees. Let me double check the rain gauge here. We've had 3/4 of an inch of rain over the weekend, and more on the way.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 19...
All right, let's see here. We're at 69 degrees at WCLU. We got to do some shout-outs right here to some folks who are watching us, we understand, on Facebook, Facebook Live, and on WCLUradio.com. Let's see here. How about Miss Tina Combs? Miss Tina Combs is tuned in this morning. I know she's relaxing after getting that big run over with over the weekend, but Tina and her cohorts there do a great job on the community medical care every single day, but that run was very special this weekend. Donita Runyon, we love it when Miss Donita is here, and that's about every day. Leela Brewster is tuned in this morning. Charlotte Steenbergen saw Miss Charlotte up at Harvest of History. Chad Livingston's tuned in today. My wife, Terry Lou Doyle Royce, looks like she is tuned in this morning. Marie Crawhorn. Lucas Hurt is tuned in. Angela Swords Copus. James Moore is watching today. Josh Fields is tuned in. And let's see, Miss Ellen Lee Bale is tuned in this morning. She's up and running early today. Sammy Brown and Grant Underwood. Karen Burge Eaton. My daughter-in-law, Elizabeth Combs Royce, is tuned in. Mike Bryant is tuned in this morning. Miss Charlotte Glass is tuned in. Want to say good morning to her. Also, we have Brad Kinslow and Linda Thomas. Those are the folks who are joining us by Facebook Live today and by WCLUradio.com. And, of course, we become more portable when you have to leave and head out somewhere. Take us with us on the radio. We're here at 103.1 FM, 1490 AM, and 102.3 FM. So, you know, that's a lot of information. Why don't we just get wild and get more information from the past? We're talking about the archives. Let me get my little archival theme song up here. And Sam Terry is going to join me for the archives here today, where we look at the past. And sometimes it brings us, we are at peace with the present and intrigued by the future as a result of the archives, which we will share. Brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, I got Sam Terry on the phone with me this morning because Sam joins us to co-host the archives. And Sam, I got to tell you, what a wonderful weekend to live here. It was absolutely unbelievable. Of course, we had the Harvest of History this weekend at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. It was held indoors because of the rain, but boy, it was nice indoors. And I just got to give a shout out to you for doing a fabulous job in your presentation. And folks were intrigued with all of that, learned a whole lot of stuff about that. And all the other folks who were involved, which, they came by as guests over the last week and a half here on the radio. It was a very, very impressive Harvest of History. A big thank you to the folks who braved the weather to get out there and enjoy the Harvest of History. Just like the folks who braved the weather to come out to the Community Medical Care 5K run, the folks who came out for the Cave City Proud Days, folks who came out to the Night Under the Stars, Glasgow in White, was very well attended on Saturday evening. I don't know. What else am I forgetting right here? I know, downtown, what a day for the BNPW Club's big event on the square. That was a lot of fun, too. What did I leave out, Sam?
I don't know. There were so many things, Henry, that it was hard to keep up with them all.
It was.
There was truly something for everyone this past weekend.
And I know here we, at the radio station, part of what we're supposed to do is let people know what's going on in their community, and we think we have a system on how to keep up with that, but boy, we just about lost it a few times this past weekend, trying to make sure we told everybody about everything that needed to be said. But you know what? We could rest on our laurels and be proud of ourselves for a while, which you very well need to be. But from my standpoint, we got to jump in here and move forward.
Let's go.
And look at the past on the archives here. And it's amazing. People just, I don't know, I hope the archives helps some folks around here to appreciate more what we have had in our neighborhood. Fascinating indeed. All right, here we go. 100 years ago, 1918, this was the day that a big Red Cross rally was planned to be held at the Chestnut Grove area there on Saturday night. Now, here's the way that, this is another big Saturday night going on around here. 100 years ago, speakers will begin the program at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the sale will follow. And then, guess what? Ice cream, cake, ham, and chicken. Now, you talk about targeting a crowd. You talk about something for everyone. Ice cream, cake, ham, and chicken. And all sorts of good things will be sold in the afternoon and at night. I think I want to buy some chicken.
What more could you ask for than that?
That's right.
What a lineup.
That was 1918, the big Red Cross rally. We were taking, community involvement to new heights around here and setting some good examples for other communities, We got to take care of our Red Cross. This day in 1928, the County Convention of the Christian Churches of Barron County was held at Hiceville. Thursday of last week was an inspiring meeting. The churches at Glasgow, at Cave City, and at Hiceville were all represented. So let's just come on out here to have a big celebration. The County Convention of the Christian Churches was held at Hiceville. Now, you think about it, trying to get a crowd on a Thursday. They were hedging their bet for sure, and I know folks turned out to show their appreciation. That was 1918, a big convention there, Sam. Let's see. This is a two-pager right here, so I better get back to start from the beginning on this one. This is the day in 1938 that a diphtheria warning was issued by the health department. Are you familiar with this warning?
No, I'm not.
During the past 2 weeks, several cases of suspected diphtheria have been reported to the health department around here, and 2 of these cases have definitely proved to be the disease. The others were severe cases of throat or tonsil infection. It says here that diphtheria is dangerous. It's a deadly disease which quite frequently causes death in children. If your child has not already had the protection offered by immunization, take it to your doctor without delay, and keep it away from others who may have severe colds or throat infections. I'm laughing because of the style of writing in 1938, which I know I'm not supposed to talk shop talk here, but the advice here from the writer in this newspaper says, if your child has not already had the protection offered by immunization, take it to your doctor without delay and keep it away from others who may have severe colds or throat infections. That's a little impersonal there, you think?
I believe so. I believe so. But, you know, we so take for granted in our modern days, Henry, the difference that vaccinations has made in our country.
Yes.
People were terrified of these diseases when our parents and grandparents were young adults and children, and we forget what a serious thing that was.
And how advanced our society became with each development of another vaccination, another immunization. That you know, as medicine has advanced around here. So my advice is if there is a new vaccination that comes out, go get it. if it is available. All right, this is 1948. This is a great gentleman. If you have the honor of knowing this gentleman, Mr. W.J. McDaniel, one of Glasgow's talented young men, the son of Mr. and Ms. C.W. McDaniel, left Sunday for Plainview, Texas, where he will teach music at Wayland College. W.J. received his master's degree from Peabody College in Nashville. If you ever heard Mr. W.J. McDaniel play the piano, you heard somebody who had a special touch on the piano for sure.
He did, and he was a 1936 graduate of Glasgow High School.
Yeah, and just a really fun guy to talk to, I must say. What a musician. Let's look at 1958, Sam. We have this day in 1958. I want to make sure that I don't get too far ahead of myself here, because I've sort of needed to sort through some of these as we were doing the Harvest of History preparation, and we didn't want to step on anybody's toes. So I'm going to hold off on 58. I'm going to move up to 68. Now, this is a big big day in 1968 when Luska J. Twyman, the principal of Bunch 6th Grade Center, was sworn in as the mayor of Glasgow by Judge Cass Walden. Now that you know, if nothing else did, that one put us on the map, Sam.
Well, it did, absolutely, and Mayor Twyman did a fine job and helped Glasgow for many years. And of course, he made history again the following year in 1969 when he was elected by the vote.
The popular vote, no less. Yeah.
Yes. People kind of forget that in 1968 he was elected by his fellow council members to be elevated to mayor.
Right.
But the next year was really significant when the populace elected him as mayor.
Yeah, that was, talk about confirmation. That was indeed. You know, I think I've said that on this show before about the fact that I was in the 6th grade and he was my principal when that happened. You know, and I being interested in the media, I was thoroughly mesmerized by all the TV cameras with the CBS I logo and all the other networks coming down to our school, our little Bunch school, to do all these interviews with Mayor Twyman. Exciting and probably a little distracting too, but we enjoyed it. Let's see, we have I don't know the rest of the story, but it would be something to research. This was the day in 1978 that a temporary restraining order blocked the old Mammoth Cave Hotel demolition. Somebody didn't want it torn down, so they got a temporary restraining order and just flat blocked it. I think it eventually got torn down, but I guess they worked through the objections there, Sam. 1978. Mammoth Cave Hotel. 1988, this was the day that 2 Barron County sheriff's deputies were dismissed. This was fairly, this was I don't say controversial, but it was one that caught everybody's attention. Two Barron County Sheriff's deputies were dismissed. Barney Jones and Billy J. McCoy were dismissed by Sheriff Gail Wood, and two office deputies, Sonia Turner and Thelma Ward, resigned. Little turmoil in the sheriff's office there in 1988, Sam.
Sounds like it.
They got it worked out, though, but, you know, sometimes it just has to happen that way, I think. This day in, let's see, this is 1998, the day that Mary Jo Adams was elected as the Barron County Homemaker President. I'm sure that Miss Mary Jo served with honor there in 1990.
She did, and, you know, it was only last year that the lovely Miss Adams was Homemaker of the Year.
Really?
In Barron County.
So, you know.
She's still very active and quite a contributor.
Yeah, and you know, she back in 1998, she was the president. It's amazing that they finally, you know, finally got around to making her the Homemaker of the Year, because she certainly deserved it, and it wasn't going to dissuade her either way from being involved with the Homemaker. Sam, tough job too. All right, and let's see. This is the final story that we have for today is out of 2008. We are moving forward for sure from a technology standpoint. In 2008, this was the day that it was announced that smart boards were being added at Metcalfe County schools next year. Now, I was out of school before smart boards came along. You probably were too, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
But I think they're pretty smart and pretty helpful.
Yes.
But for those folks who never have been around smart boards, they are making a difference. And this was 10 years ago when Metcalfe County added them to the school year for the next year. All right. Is that a reasonable wrap-up of things?
I think so. What a great day, and there's more to come tomorrow.
That's right, and you know, it's each day is a little bit different spin on things here, and I've already actually did a little sneak view of tomorrow. There's going to be some fascinating parts of our history that we will share tomorrow, Sam, and I appreciate you sharing your time, and I hope you you know, the hat that you wore in costume there on Friday and Saturday nights. That's the real you. You need to be seen around town wearing that hat, Sam.
Who knows? It may show up again.
That's right. Make a lot of memories for people. All right. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you tomorrow, Sam.
See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
And thanks to the good folks who are the sponsors of the archives. We're talking about Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. They are the folks who each and every day make a difference in the operation of industry around here, and farming operations and commercial operations. You need something that you don't think can be done. That's the kind of stuff they like to do. We're talking about the good folks out at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding.
From the WCLU Weather Center, brought to you by South Central Bank.
South Central Bank is a locally owned bank that cares about you and our community, too.
My name's Roger Mercer. My wife and I, Terry, own Southern Kentucky Collision here in Glasgow. It's a collision repair center. We've been dealing with South Central Bank for probably 23, 24 years. They've always been good to us. They're a hometown bank. South Central Bank's been a really big part of our business as far as the growth. They've been there for us when we needed to borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
A stationary front will be the focal point for some more heavy rainfall to start off this week. As a result, a flash flood watch is in effect through the afternoon on Wednesday. Another 2 to 5 inches of rain is going to be possible. Certainly wet from this morning to the afternoon with showers and thunderstorms moving through and a high hitting 75. That rain continues to fall tonight, some of it heavy with a low of 69. Another round of showers and storms on Tuesday with a high of 82. And we still have the chance for rain Wednesday with a high temperature reaching the mid-70s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yeah, Jeff, as we were saying last hour, anytime a watch extends this far into the week, they're pretty sure that it is going to be an issue. And I think a flash flood watch going through Wednesday will give us plenty of reason to watch the weather and keep up with the way things are happening around here. Let me look at the rain gauge again. Let's see if I can add all this up. We've had about 3/4 of an inch of rain over the weekend. It seems like it should be a lot more, but it's just been light, but persistent rainfall. East winds at 6 miles an hour this morning. Barometer is at 30.06, and we are hanging in here at 69 degrees this morning. WCLU, where the weather is brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank. You even today.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become
a pat on the back. A very nice lady. Many folks know and love and appreciate Miss Dorothy McCubbin. And today we sounded the 80 gong in honor of her 80th birthday, and we're patting her on the back today in honor of her 80th birthday. And we want you to know that she is good as gold, and we want you to tell her so on her 80th birthday today. So if you happen to see Miss Dorothy McCubbin around town today, you be sure to pat her on the back and let her know she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Well, you know, Monday's the happening day over there at Texas. Everybody's been busy over the weekend. Everybody reconvenes over there for lunch on Monday to get caught up on things. Today will be no different, and it will be a delicious trip the Texas way. 6:57. Another Friday auction is coming up. You know, the Elmore auction team is busy, and they love being busy. And they have these auctions scheduled so they can do an optimum job at selling property. That's why this Friday, yes, another Friday afternoon auction at 5 p.m., they're going to be selling what appears to be a fabulous piece of property and a home. Now, the address is at 200 Lena Drive here in Glasgow. A little bit about this home. It's 1,600 square feet, and it has a full basement. It's situated on a large shaded lot. And if you haven't gone online here at elmoreauction.com and looked at some of the pictures they have on there in the brochure, then you have missed the opportunity to get a good grasp on this particular piece of property, because it is going to be a nice auction, one that you don't want to miss. 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and the address is 200 Lena Drive. A great opportunity, a convenient location. You don't want to miss it. The auction pros at Elmore Auction, Elmore Realty and Auction, the auction specialists are going to be selling that. And again, don't forget it. It's you wake up Saturday morning thinking you're going to this auction. You will have missed it, because they got a whole nother one on Saturday we're going to be telling you about. But let's get Leonard Drive going good right here. And don't forget that Elmore, the name you've grown to trust in Barron County since 1935, Dakota Ray Elmore, principal, broker, and auctioneer.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
And at WCLU. Let me make sure that I've covered the bases on everything here, because we got to play trivia. You know, we had a good time last Friday where we actually had the winners, the 5 winners from last week in a big hat, and we drew out the name of, let's see, who was it? Was it Luke? Yeah, well, I believe it was Luke who won the 10-pound family pack from Phillips IGA. You know, Phillips IGA in Hyattsville, Kentucky. It's an excellent grocery store, but it's becoming more and more famous for being an excellent butcher shop, an excellent place to buy meat, because they know a whole lot about meat and they know how to prepare it the way that it's going to make it easy for you to prepare it at your home. So be sure and put that on your shopping list. Want some meat for supper? Yeah, any kind. They've got it at Phillips, and somebody's going to win in the drawing for trivia a bit later on. Actually, it'll be on Friday, I guess that is. So we'll ask the question right here just in a moment. I do want to make sure that we put in a plug here for Shindig on the Square. You know, Sam, Terry, and I were talking about how this is a busy place, so many neat things going on. You know, we don't rest on our laurels at all around here, because the Shindig on the Square, sponsored by the Bounty of the Barons, is going to be tomorrow evening from 5 until 8 p.m., featuring the 8-track band. And let me tell you what, they are good. You want to come and hear this band and then know a lot more about them, and then figure out how often you can get to see them. The 8-track band. And other events and activities include a food, a beer garden, farmer's market, and a kids zone. Glasgow Police Department hosting a car seat safety checkup during this event. It'll be in the parking lot there right beside Allstate Insurance. So, you know, car seats are only as safe as they were actually properly put in your vehicle. And if you don't feel comfortable the way you put it in, let them help you with that at the Shindig on the Square. And that's going to start at 5 o'clock on Tuesday evening. Okay? We are ready to shindig it again. And let's see, we're going to ask the question for you here. I got to play a little commercial right here, and then we'll come back with the question.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barron River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barron River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barron River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart
to have their name put in, first name of the week, to win a big 10-pound pack of ground beef from Phillips IGA. Here's the question. How about a little TV trivia? What was the name of George Clooney's character on the television show ER? Yes, if you're a TV show fan, you probably saw ER, and you probably saw Kentucky and George Clooney on there, but he had a name. The character that he played had a name. What's the name of the character that George Clooney played on ER? Hello, trivia.
Doug Ross.
Say it again.
Doug Ross.
You want to throw that doctor in there, do you?
Excuse me, Dr. Doug Ross.
That's right. We got to give Doug the credit for where he is. I'll put the theme song in here, too. Now, tell me who this is speaking.
This is Emmy Forrester.
Emmy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Henry. How are you this morning?
Are you the same Emmy that has like a 16-year-old daughter today?
Yes, I can't believe it. It's hard. Where does time go?
Well, I mean, you were probably rocking her to sleep with a pacifier when you first discovered George Clooney on ER, right?
Absolutely. It was Thursday nights, and that was my laundry night. Remember, I would do laundry while watching ER.
There's no faking that kind of an answer at all there, Emmy. You know what night it came on, and it was laundry night.
That's right.
You got to have a reason for doing that. And now I guess Caroline probably is doing the laundry for you, right?
Some days.
I'm kidding. I'm putting some pressure on her. No. So we're going to put your name in the hat. You very well could win, and certainly I know you could use a 10-pound pack of ground beef from out at Phillips IGA. They do meat well out there, okay?
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations. Y'all have a big time celebrating birthday today, too, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
See ya. Emmy Forrester. That's right. She, Thursday night, laundry night. Watch ER, where famous Maysville, Kentuckian George Clooney played the role of a young and a handsome Dr. Doug Ross. Making memories this morning, thanks to the good folks at Phillips IGA for helping us to have some fun on trivia, and we will do that again tomorrow.
I can think of plenty of reasons to shop at your local Phillips IGA. Fresh meats and quality products, fair prices, and friendly service. I'm store manager Trevor Phillips, inviting you to stop in and shop our 5-star store rated by IGA. Visit us on Main Street in Hiceville and online at phillipsiga.com to view our full sales ad, and make sure to like us on Facebook. Phillips Family IGA, where family, friends, and food have been coming together since 1960.
CBS News Update. Another woman has come forward to accuse Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct. CBS's Laura Podesta has the details.
Deborah Ramirez tells The New Yorker that he exposed himself to her during a drinking game at a party when they were both freshmen at Yale University. Kavanaugh told the magazine the incident did not happen and the allegation is a smear, plain and simple.
Attorney Michael Avenatti says he is representing a third accuser who will come forward in the next few days. Senate Judiciary Committee members had announced yesterday they'd reached an agreement with Kavanaugh's first accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, to testify Thursday. Scott Wong is a reporter at The Hill.
These explosive allegations could change the dynamic, and if Kavanaugh does testify on Thursday, he is sure to get questions not only related to Ms. Blasey Ford, but also related to this New Yorker story and possibly questions related to the Michael Avenatti allegation.
CBS News Update.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
Insurance is all about families. That's true when you think about it. From insuring your home, your car, to the farm that provides for the family. Or that family business that continues through generations. I'm Jared Pursley with Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance. Don't you mean ISU Pettigo Lessenberry? Okay, Daniel, you always have to be right. I'm Daniel Bird here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry, and what we're trying to say is that everything we do is for our families. So if you're looking for agents you can trust, agents who know where you're coming from, then we'd be honored to serve you and your family's best interest. Call us today at 270-651-8837.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce reporting. On Friday, Kentucky State Trooper Ricky Cross was on routine patrol on Kentucky 163 in Metcalfe County when he observed a 1998 Honda motorcycle traveling at a high rate of speed. Trooper Cross turned on his emergency lights, and the operator of the motorcycle attempted to elude by quickly turning onto Cedar Flat Curtis Road. The operator of the motorcycle then turned onto Glen Shaw Road and lost control when he failed to negotiate a curve. Trooper Cross made contact with the driver, 30-year-old Anthony Garrett of Summershade, and arrested him for fleeing or evading police first-degree DUI, first offense, aggravating circumstances, possession of a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, methamphetamine, driving too fast for traffic conditions, improperly on the left side of the road, and possession of drug paraphernalia. First aid was given at the scene by the Barron Metcalfe EMS, but he refused any other medical attention. Garrett was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. On Saturday, a vehicle operated by Ricky Joe Jaggers, age 59, of Rowletts, was involved in a two-vehicle non-injury accident with a parked Cave City police cruiser. Upon investigation of the collision, it was determined that Jaggers was operating the vehicle under the influence of alcohol. Jaggers was subsequently placed under arrest and is charged with driving under the influence of alcohol with aggravating circumstances. Jaggers was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The Glasgow City Council will meet tonight. On the agenda is the swearing-in of 3 new firefighters. Derek Slaughter, Tyler Solom, and Luke Wilson will become official members of the Glasgow Fire Department. Also in law enforcement, the swearing-in of police officer Alan Riffle will take place. He'll be your newest member of the Glasgow Police Department. And in other items, a presentation from T.J. Sampson to the Glasgow Police Department will be on the agenda, as well as the second reading of the tax ordinance. You can watch the broadcast on WCLU's Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages, as well as online at WCLUradio.com and watch WCLU.com and on EPB Channel 6. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, total local care 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC.
Do you? In more local news at this hour Sunday, Warren County Sheriff's deputies received a call for shots fired at 5690 Louisville Road at Lot 150. Upon arrival, deputies made contact with the victim, Milton Clemente, age 36 years old, of Bowling Green. He advised that a Hispanic male, later identified as Israel Venegas, age 34, of Lafayette, Tennessee, had arrived at the victim's residence and pulled a small caliber pistol and fired multiple rounds at the victim. Through further investigation, Venegas was located at Lot 195, hiding inside someone else's vehicle. Venegas was apprehended without incident and charged with attempted murder, wanton endangerment, first degree, 3 counts, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, and tampering with physical evidence. Venegas was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail, and the investigation is ongoing at this time. This week, traffic impacts in District 3 of the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet include on I-65 a major resurfacing project that has started between mile markers 35 and mile marker 44 in both directions. The interstate will be down to 1 lane most nights from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., weather depending. Also on the Louis B. Nunn Parkway in Barron and Metcalfe counties, work is continuing on bridge maintenance. The work will consist of cleaning, painting, and applying a concrete coating to 28 bridges along the parkway. Expect lane closures to be in place at various bridges along the parkway and on the routes that pass beneath. In Barron County, crews will continue working on bridge maintenance contracts that will address multiple bridges over Barron River Lake. Temporary signals will be installed and have traffic down to 1 lane across the bridges during working hours. The signals should be removed and traffic restored to normal outside of during working hours. Motorists should expect small delays in those areas. Also, contractors are expected to work on preventative maintenance resurfacing projects that will extend north from South Fork Road to Lexington Drive on the US 31E bypass. The work for this project will be primarily completed at night between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 in the morning. Also, contractors are expected to work on a resurfacing project along Kentucky 255 Park City Bon Air Road between US 68 extending north to the CSX Railroad overpass. That's a distance of around 5 miles, and flaggers will be present. Also, contractors are expected to work on a resurfacing project on Thomerson Park Road between Kentucky 87 and Kentucky 249, a distance of nearly 4 miles. Flaggers will be present. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. Right now, it is 7:16. It is 69 degrees in downtown Glasgow. Here's news from KNN.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Kentucky State Police are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting in Whitley County. It happened around 1:30 this morning as officers were responding to a hostage situation. According to police, the suspect was holding a 1-year-old child hostage with a box cutter. Troopers say the suspect then barricaded himself into a home and attempted to assault a trooper with a weapon in the process. Authorities shot and killed the suspect. Officers and the child left the scene unharmed. Kentucky's new driver's license design will be unveiled today. The new design is part of the new ID program that will put the state in compliance with the READ ID Act passed by Congress in 2005. The new license will roll out in January 2019. They are said to be one of the most secure in the country. Flash flood watches are in effect for portions of Kentucky. Paige Weaver lives in Scott County. She says floodwater tore down her fence and damaged 2 of her family's cars.
The 2 sedans it's in the seats, so it got pretty high.
The National Weather Service says the saturated ground and the predicted moderate to heavy rain may lead to flooding. And organizers of the Louisville's Bourbon and Beyond Festival are offering refunds. Sunday's performances were canceled due to Saturday's rain. According to officials, the rain and flooding at Champions Park was not safe. This festival goer describes the flooded park to WLKY.
Like a cow pasture. It is, it's just soup. Yeah, it's just soup. It's a mess.
Among the refunds being offered are for yesterday's single-day ticket holders, and a partial refund is being offered to two-day weekend ticket holders. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Staying safe on the road is everyone's responsibility for motorists and motorcyclists alike. Drivers look out for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see, and bikers do your part in staying visible. Motorcycles have the same rights as every other motor vehicle, and that rider is someone's family member or friend. So drivers, give motorcycles the full lane. No sharing. Check your mirrors and blind spots often, and keep a safe following distance. Share the road, not the lane. Bikers' lives depend on it. Paid with federal funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Honey, I found where we're going for vacation this year. Come look.
Where is it?
Riverside RV Park and Resort. They say they're on the peaceful side of the Smokies. And look, they're close to Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, and the Great Smoky Mountains. It's for RVs, and they have cabins too. Their own pool, Wi-Fi. They even have honeymoon cabins.
Want to have a second honeymoon?
Let's do it. I can make our reservation right here on the website, riversidecamp.com.
Riverside RV Park and Resort. 40-plus years of hospitality and relaxation. Visit riversidecamp.com.
Let's turn to local sports football action on Saturday night. The Barron County Trojans got a victory on the road by downing Ballard Memorial. That final score was Barron County 22, Ballard Memorial 20. On Friday night, the Glasgow Scotties suffered their first loss of the season on the road against defending 3A state champion Franklin Simpson. That final was Franklin 48, Glasgow was 21. Athletic events from Glasgow High School Athletic Director Craig Cassidy. He tells us today the Lady Scotty volleyball team will take on Warren East at 5 o'clock. Lady Scotty Golf Regional Tournament at Hidden Hills Golf Course will begin at 9:40 this morning, weather permitting. And JV football, the Glasgow Scotty football team takes on John Hardin at 6 o'clock this afternoon. Steve Duncan came off with a Western bench to throw two second-half touchdown passes and engineered the Hilltoppers' 28-20 victory come from behind as they defeated Ball State Saturday afternoon. The victory kept Western from going winless in non-conference games to start the season. After a season-high 7 ranked teams lost, the back half of the AP College football poll is getting a makeover today. 5 teams entered the top 25, including number 17, Kentucky, for the first time since 2007. At the top of it is mostly status quo. Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, and Ohio State, they stayed on the top 4 teams. LSU moved up to number 5. It swapped places with Oklahoma, and the Sooners needed overtime to get by Army. We'll talk much more about weekend sports today on the Kentucky Sports Radio Network with Matt Jones. That begins today on the air at 9 o'clock on WCLU 1490 and 103.1 FM. And that's a check of local sports.
The following weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062.
A flash flood watch remains in effect through Wednesday afternoon with a front stalled out. There will be some more heavy rain to start off this work week, possibly another 2 to 5 inches falling, and that rain will fall into saturated ground, so flooding a big concern as showers and storms continue from this morning to the afternoon. The high today near 75. More heavy rain is possible tonight with a low of 69. Another round of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow with a high of 82, and rain again Wednesday with a high in the mid-70s. Then finally some drier weather by Thursday. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's take a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar screen here as we will check this out here. We've got Franklin, Bowling Green, Gallatin, Salina, all these places just absolutely full of rain, as you can see right there where we are. It's raining right now in downtown Glasgow. And taking a look at the current conditions, we have 69 degrees in downtown Glasgow. The barometer's at 30.04, 99% humidity, and the winds are going east. As you can see, the flow of those rain cells up just to north and south of us, they're just coming right across our area there. 7-mile-an-hour winds. That storm's moving fairly fast. Over the weekend, we had a little over 3/4 of an inch of rain, and we expect that total will go up quite a bit more as well. We'll be right back after this here on WCLU's Good Morning Live.
University scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
WA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodmen of America.
Nobody can afford downtime, which is why more and more people depend on Haywood Sales and Service to keep their equipment operating properly. They're your Hustler mower dealer. Hustler built the world's first zero-turn mower 50 years ago. Haywood Sales and Service proudly handles Hustler parts and service. Other brands too, as well as tractors and all types of farm implements. A short trip to Haywood Sales and Service on the Finney Road at Haywood, and you'll discover people who really do know what they're doing. Let them minimize your downtime. 270-814-1068.
The number one focus of God's people must not and cannot become twisted so that it places a primary importance upon political matters. When Jesus stated at Matthew 6:33 that we must seek first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, he placed the focus of all disciples where we must keep it. When those who claim to be disciples make political leanings a measure of friendship, or worse, a measure of real Christianity, they sever themselves from the nature of Christ. For those who make no claim to Christianity, or at least to the value of respecting human dignity, I suppose such would not be surprising. But in such a case as that, when one does not seek first the kingdom of God, it is certain they will not find it. For this is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
And it's the place to hang out for sure. And in fact, they do fun so well at Ralphie's Fun Center. Let me make sure I got my act together right here so that I can actually have the birthdays on here for you. Birthday theme song is right here, so we are ready to roll. Today we are celebrating the 80th birthday of a very nice lady, Miss Dorothy McCubbin, having her 80th birthday today. John Sexton celebrating. So is Mark Quigley. Miss Caroline Forrester is turning 16 today. Trish Wilson, Kristen Shive, Charlie O'Neill, Tanya Bush White, Deborah Burks, Todd Logston, Timmy Jeffries. Keavin Massey is 11 today. I had him down as 17, but we're going to wait a while on that one. Keavin Massey is 11 today. Tommy Staples has a birthday today, too. I got to look over here, and I got to see if by chance any more birthdays have come in while we were doing the 7 o'clock morning edition. We got to try to be as current as we possibly can. I had Blake Harmon on here, didn't I? Or did I? Is that today? It is. Blake Harmon. Let's add Blake to the birthday list. Now we can say 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 or online here, WCLUradio.com.
Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees. So whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on a path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green, or in Glasgow call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
The Empty Nest Inside Pharmacy Express is getting geared up for the next season. Stop by the Empty Nest and stock up on lots of summer merchandise like clothing, select jewelry, summer beach bags, and towels, all at discounted prices. The summer markdown is going on right now, and even bigger savings are coming. Thursday, July 26th through Saturday, July 28th. Shop the Empty Nest for 20 to 60% off everything in the store. Yes, I said everything. You'll find the Empty Nest is not so empty inside Pharmacy Express on the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
All right, let's see. Coming up this weekend, we've the Elmore auction team has been really busy, and again this week, in order to get everybody serviced well, there's going to be a Friday auction. That's right. The Elmore auction team is going to be working to auction off this property at 200 Lena Drive in Glasgow. Now, here's the time. It's a different day than you're used to, at a different time that you're used to. It is 5 p.m. Friday afternoon, September the 28th. Now, the address is 200 Lena Drive here in the city of Glasgow. It's a very convenient location. It's also a great opportunity. Now, this is a 1,600 square foot home. It's a very nice home. It's situated on a large shaded lot, and it has a full basement with it and a lot of extras that you're going to enjoy. In fact, if you want to get a sneak peek as we speak, as they say, you can go online to elmoreauction.com. There is the full brochure, and also there is the some more pictures of this property here at 200 Lena Drive. Remember, 5 o'clock Friday afternoon, that's the big auction. Check it out online. The auction specialist, Elmore Realty and Auction, in their location at 1532 Oil City Road. Dakota Ray Elmore is the principal broker and auctioneer.
Shut that window! We can't afford to heat the whole neighborhood. You ever said that to someone in your house? Smith Siding in Glasgow would love to show you how much heat the neighborhood gets even with your old leaky and inefficient windows shut, and how much better their vinyl replacement windows insulate against outside cold air. Plus, they're easy to clean and bring new life to the appearance of your home. Randall and Shane Smith would love to talk to you about windows. In business for 44 years, we get it right. 651-1009. Nothing can take down a home like a debilitated, leaky roof. How can you find a roofing contractor who can analyze the problems and then come up with a quote that may be less expensive than you think? Smith Siding has a great reputation in Southern Kentucky. In fact, insurance companies depend on Smith Siding as a reliable contractor. You can too. Have Shane and Randall Smith look at your situation and start the process. In business for 44 years, we get it right. Smith Siding. 109 Ensminger Drive, behind Dairy Queen.
Let me go in here and remind you today we're patting Miss Dorothy McCubbin on the back with a good reason. Miss Dorothy McCubbin is good as gold. She's having her 80th birthday today, and by special request, we have her taken care of. So if you happen to see Miss Dorothy McCubbin around town today, we would be so tickled if you would just pat her on the back, tell her she's good as gold from WCLU, and a little taste of Texas.
What's better than a hand-cut sirloin cooked to perfection? A hand-cut sirloin cooked to perfection, along with the choice of fried or grilled shrimp. What a combo! Right now at Colton Steakhouse and Grill, get a hand-cut 6-ounce sirloin cooked to order with the choice of fried or grilled shrimp. Served with 2 side items, delicious rolls and honey, plus endless peanuts. Get your sirloin and seafood fix at the same time, only at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill in Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown.
We know what's at stake. Sirloin and shrimp, too.
Don't judge a book by its cover, and don't judge a building by its color. Barren River Consignment knows yellow and green may be an unusual exterior color for their building, but they don't mind, because what's inside is so unusual too. Barren River Consignment searches the entire area to find unique consigners and the best quality merchandise for our customers. Buying from estate sales, we have been able to fill the building with a wide selection of furniture, artwork, glassware, and a surprising number of one-of-a-kind pieces. Barren River Consignment cleans and polishes each piece so that it's ready for your home today. Come see the style. Come see the selection. And proudly say you got it from the green and yellow building behind Pizza Hut in the Glasgow Southgate Plaza. It's Barren River Consignment, and it's going to become your favorite place to shop for home furnishings.
Barren River Consignment is booking tag sales and consignment sales daily. Call 270-629-6666 and get started.
TJ Regional Health would like to announce time changes to the urgent care at the TJ Health Pavilion and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The urgent care at the TJ Health Pavilion will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week, starting on Tuesday, September 4th. The TJ Pavilion Pharmacy will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week, starting on Sunday, September 9th. That's the urgent care from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., starting Tuesday, September 4th, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., starting Sunday, September 9th, providing you total local care.
We like to brag about how many special things happen around here in our part of the world, and tomorrow, another special event, the Shindig on the Square. This is always good, and I've heard tell about some folks who are working on making this one extra special good tomorrow evening. Shindig on the Square, sponsored by the Bounty of the Baron, starts at 5 o'clock, goes till 8 o'clock. The music from the 8-track band. And not just great music, but other activities and events coming up, including food, a beer garden, a farmer's market, a kids zone. And as we mentioned last hour, the Glasgow Police Department is going to be down there having a car seat safety check during the event. Now, if you're like I am, every time I put the car seat in the car, I'm not sure I did it right because I just don't know what I'm doing. But the police department does, and they'll be down there right next to Allstate Insurance in the parking lot there for that safety check on car seats. So lots of things connected with the Shindig on the Square. Come on and enjoy it. Also Saturday, 8 till 5 o'clock in Smiths Grove, Kentucky, it is the Smiths Grove Days Festival, and it's in downtown Smiths Grove, which is a mighty pretty place. Antique shops, craft vendor booths, food, music, and much more. The city clerk down at Smiths Grove is Nancy Howard, and she would be tickled to discuss it with you today at 270-563-4014, or you can email nancy.howard@smithsgrove.org. And it's this Saturday.
Are you someone who thinks when summer is over, so is the fresh supply of homegrown things to eat? Well, you need to get familiar with Ken Davis Produce. At Ken Davis Produce, they have delicious homegrown sugar baby watermelons ready to eat now. Some folks just can't do without tomatoes, and Ken Davis Produce appreciates that, which is why they have a selection of delicious vine-ripened tomatoes ready for your dinner table. Their produce is always the best, and so are their prices. 10-pound bag of Idaho potatoes, $3.49. 3-pound bag of apples for $1, and an entire half bushel of sweet potatoes, just $12.95. Ken Davis Produce has everything you'll need for fall decorating, and for the coldest of mornings, they have everything you can put on a hot biscuit, from jams and jellies to sorghum. Accepting SNAP, credit, and debit cards. We're ready to help you welcome fall at Ken Davis Produce. Open 8 till 5 Monday through Saturday. Located on 6080 just past Wright Implement and next to Farmers Livestock Market.
This is Whitney at Big Meadow Oil. We would like to make a commitment to our customers to always check the best quality terminals for the cheapest fuel prices. We know that every penny counts, so count on us to make sure you have the best prices available. We try to make our products as convenient as possible. We can deliver any oils, hydraulic fluids, and greases in pails or cases on the fuel trucks when we bring your order. We also have a wide variety of mobile products in bulk and drums. Need your filter changed or your hose replaced on your fuel tank? No problem. Our well-trained fuel drivers will be happy to take care of that that for you. We take pride in having happy customers. Don't forget, Big Metal Oil has 2 locations. Check us out at 219 Industrial Drive in Glasgow and 529 Smiths Grove Road in Scottsville. At either location, you're guaranteed to have the best and friendliest service around. Call us at the Glasgow location today at 270-651-5212. Big Meadow Oil, where every penny counts.
All right, everybody's up in a good mood today, I got to tell you. I just been talking to a nice lady who's wanting to hear some Elvis, which we're going to try to locate that a little bit later on here, just a little bit, to get some Elvis music on the radio here this morning. And let's see, what else was I going to tell you about? I told you the birthdays, and I know what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the fact that we have the Park City High School class of 1973, which was an excellent class. They're going to have their 45th reunion in October on the 13th at the Park City Lions Club. Social hour begins at 3:30. Now, I like that time, you know. Not going to squeeze anybody on time. Get over there at 3:30 for the social hour at the Park City High School class of 73 reunion. Dinner will be served after that social hour. So you're just going to be having a good time. There's Wes walked. Did you take Hank to school, did you? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, why don't we do some tidbit news? Is that all right? Okay. All right. Anyway, let's make sure the class of 73, some good folks. Here's a number to call if you got questions about the Park City class of 73 reunion. It is 773-5606. And you can get all of the details right there. Okay, tidbit news. If I'm going to offer to do it, then I got to find the theme song.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
From around the world and up your street, it is tidbit news, where we look for things that won't be the headlines. However, this story, my first tidbit news story, I already had it picked out this morning. When the people on First Light, which is a really fabulous program we run between 4 and 5 a.m. for folks who got to get up and go and need to know what's going on, this was their tidbit news story this morning. So I picked out a good one. Think about this. State health inspectors are investigating a Maine lobster restaurant that tried to mellow out lobsters with marijuana.
Mellow them out? Why would they need to be mellowed?
The Portland Press-Herald reports that Charlotte's legendary Lobster Pound in Southwest Harbor remains open, but they have stopped allowing customers to request meat from the lobsters sedated with marijuana.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The owners
they have them in the tank there, like they do at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
And they put some weed down in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And they it's almost like hospice care for lobsters. They kind of are in comfort when they pass.
Well, here's the thing. This is
I guess I don't know.
You talk about
does it make it taste better?
Well, here preparing this was certainly something that they thought through, because the owner of the restaurant is a lady named Charlotte Gill. Mm-hmm. Charlotte is also a state licensed medical marijuana caregiver. Mm-hmm. She's an MMC. A medical marijuana caregiver. Ms. Gill said Friday she had started offering smoked lobster meat recently, and she hopes to resume sales by mid-October. Now, here we go. The Maine Health Department and the Human Services spokeswoman, Emily Spencer, wouldn't say whether the state had asked Gill to halt such sales. It's unknown whether pot smoke actually calms lobsters or has any effect on their meat.
Where do they get the smoke, though? Aren't they not in the tank?
Well,
I'm so confused.
Well, we need to, somehow I'm just guessing they're in the tank, and they just sort of, they feed the smoke into the tank.
Okay. So it's infused.
Yeah, that's right. And I've been trying to think about funny things lobsters that were high on pot might say. Taking it easy right there.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, I see. First Light, you had it number one today.
I mean, I kind of listened to the First Light this morning, but I was also kind of getting
not
the show
awake.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, so this is another story right here that we have. These next two stories aren't quite as calming as the lobsteratory. There's a video that's out today. I found this actually on a Chinese tidbit news site that I view ever so often. Chinese they're nice people, but I don't always get what they think is funny. But here we have a video showing two students being asked to smash their cell phones in front of a whole class after they were caught using their cell phones in class. And this video is making rounds on social media. Some netizens endorsed the punishment as a way of teaching a lesson to the phone-addicted students, while others thought it was too harsh.
That's going before the PTA if it happens around here.
Yeah, that's right. So you got it. Here you are, son. You're on the phone, on your cell phone in class, so you're going to stand up in class and smash that cell phone as punishment.
Yeah, but they're students. They didn't buy the phone. Their parents bought the phone.
Well, I mean,
and the parents going to be mad.
This is China. They might have invented the phone or perfected the phone.
Maybe they did.
In the video, which was recorded in an 11th grade classroom in the Hunan province on September the 5th, a student in a white dress is being called by the teacher to walk to the front of the classroom, raise the cell phone over his head, and smash it hard onto the concrete ground. The two students' last names are He and Lao.
Why couldn't they just confiscate it, for the rest of the day?
Were caught playing with their cell phones during an evening self-study course held by the teacher.
It was night class?
It's a night class.
That
self-study.
Optional
yeah,
self-study.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
You don't have to come. It's not even.
That's right.
Mm-mm.
But if you are going to study, you got to follow the rules, which is...
Well, that instructor sounds like he needs some marijuana-infused lobster.
That's right.
Take a chill pill.
Calm him down before he slams the phone. And finally, this story, this is just sad, but these things do happen. So think about this before you get yourself in a bad situation. There's a California woman who was visiting the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore in Michigan this past week. She fell to her death this week while said to be taking a selfie, according to the National Parks Service officials. The woman, whose name is Tu Thang Nguyen, is 32. She's from Sunnyvale, California, and she was.
How do you spell Nguyen?
Nguyen.
See, that would be a person of Asian descent, and I think they pronounce that Win, actually.
Win?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. You started talking about Ted Nugent, didn't you? But this is not Earn Dog Day, so we don't really talk about Ted Nugent. Okay, so it's Win, is it?
Win.
Okay. All right.
Just like it looks.
Just like it looks? Okay, let's follow this along. Nguyen.
Win.
Looks like
Obviously.
Win to you.
It's a win-win either way.
Anyway, we got to hold on. Wipe that smirk off, because I got to tell you the facts here. Roughly a half a mile away from the park's grand portal point, this lady stopped to take a selfie. She then fell 200 feet off of the cliff edge and landed in Lake Superior below. Fortunately, there were two kayakers who reportedly saw the woman fall and retrieved her body and brought it to Chapel Beach shore. Miss Wynn's death was ruled an accident, followed by an investigation by the National Park Service and the Alger County authorities. So anyway, it's kind of selfies are cool. They're certainly very popular, but you got to be sure of yourself and sure of your surroundings.
Well, it just goes to show you, and I hate to make a joke out of this.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that it's true. Your life does flash right before you.
Yeah, that's right. It does flash. If it was,
can't help it.
If it wasn't light enough.
Sorry.
So anyway,
odd sense of humor sometimes.
That's what we have right.
I'm just on a high note because go Cats.
Yeah,
go Cats.
See, I figured you could work that through there.
4-0.
Remember, coming up today at 9:00 on WCLU 1490 and on WCLU 103.1, wherever you are, tune it in, because you think you're on a high note. Wait and see what Matt Jones and that crowd have to say about it today on our ever popular And you can get it right here on WCLU. We're talking about KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, with Matt Jones and the cast of characters.
And if anybody follows WCLU on Twitter, I will go ahead and retweet the video of Cash Daniel, the Paintsville guy.
Yeah.
You know what happened, right? I mean, basically, ticket sales have been down. They're down everywhere. People just like watching their big TVs. And anyway, so Cash Daniel makes a video. He says, "Hey, Thursday, I'm going to be in Paintsville. I want everybody to come out. We're going to sell the tickets for $10 instead of the regular price."
Yeah.
So 3,000 people bought tickets in Paintsville, and there ain't hardly 3,000 people in Paintsville.
Right.
And Kroger Stadium, Kroger Field, if you will, was electric Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it led to disrupting their offensive line. They couldn't hear the snap count.
Yeah.
And so, Josh Allen and some of them they had a step on them. They dominated the line of scrimmage. And if Kentucky's going to continue to do that this Saturday against South Carolina, Paintsville's got to show up again.
Yeah.
I mean, they just do. That's what it's about. And, I mean, Coach Stoops, he really stressed that on the postgame show. So check out KSR today because it's just going to be a different feel. It just feels different. Kentucky is good at football.
9 o'clock.
It just feels weird. And it's great, though.
I was in Knoxville this weekend, and, the crowd was wild. They had no reason to be wild.
Yeah.
Based on the way they played. But nonetheless, the traffic and all that around Neyland Stadium, that's just an event, That's just
put that in perspective. They got beat by a Florida team that Kentucky beat.
Yeah, that's right.
A team coming off a win of defeating the 14th. I mean, it's just crazy. Kentucky's good at football.
Yeah.
And folks need to pay attention because it hadn't been like this in a long time.
Okay.
And I'm excited.
I
could go on for an hour if you want.
Well, I wonder why you brought that soapbox in to work with you today.
What soapbox?
The one you're standing on. And that's Tidbit News for this morning.
The time is now for Goodman Nissan's 2018 model year closeout sale. That means huge savings and spectacular prices. Hi, this is Julie Goodman from Goodman Nissan, inviting you to shop now and get up to $3,000 in rebates and a Goodman discount on all new 2018 Rogues, the most popular crossover in the country. 2007